Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name is Kartik. I'm one of the co-founders of ETH Global, and I'm super excited to welcome all of you to HackFS 2023. Let's get started. All of you are watching this on ethglobal.tv. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is what we'll be using for the rest of this event to talk about all the things that we're doing, whether it's the kickoff, the closing, to do all the demos, and all of our summits. In case you don't know what ETH Global is, we're an organization with a very simple mission. Our goal is to get thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem. And we do this by running hackathons and summits, both in person and online. And HackFS is no different. This is going to be our third one from in the past few years. And today, and this time around, we also have a summit that we'll be doing immediately after we cover the hackathon logistics. The summit will take place today. Let's kind of talk about all the interesting things that are happening in the protocol network. And before we get to all of the summit stuff, I want to cover all the things that you need to know for the hackathon. So let's get right into it. This is already shaping up to be a massive event. We have over 700 hackers who are coming in from 72 different countries, spanning 23 different time zones. There's going to be so many creative ideas that are going to be built over the next few weeks. And kind of looking at where people are coming from, it still impresses me every time to see all the countries and 6 different continents being represented in where developers are excited to build on top of Ethereum, protocol networks, Filecoin, and IPFS, and all things in between that help make us a better decentralized future. On top of all the hackers, we also have 29 ecosystem partners and 12 dedicated mentors who are going to be here with us throughout the event to really offer you the best experience in helping your project go from start to finish. And to top it all off, we're going to be giving away $150,000 in prizes. And I'm going to cover all the specifics on what these prizes are, how you can win them, and all the things that you need to know about the best way to go about participating at this event. So the most common question we've gotten from everybody is, what can I build here? This is a very open-ended event, which means that you are not solving a particular problem. Our goal is to help you build anything that you're excited about, as long as you are using interesting and new Web3 technologies. And some of the ideas that you want to bring up is that there's so much you can do with decentralized compute, especially with the Filecoin Virtual Machine. There's a lot of room to experiment with data DAOs and different ways to manage storage and storage derivatives. Of course, the second you have decentralized storage, you can do so much more with NFTs, whether it's in the art or music side or anything else in the social category. And because all of this ecosystem is still currently growing, there is even more opportunity in making better developer experiences, better tools and utilities, so the next 1,000 people can do anything that you wanted to do even faster because they have better abstractions to make their lives a lot easier. This is just a very high level overview. There's a lot more we have covered today, especially in our summits. We're going to talk about what you actually can build in terms of bigger opportunities. There's a lot of things you can do with just talk to our mentors and get more ideas. We also are working on a list of potential brainstorming ideas for the hackathon if you are still looking for an idea to go off of and experiment and kind of tweak around and make it your own. And I also want to give a special shout out to some of our amazing partners. There's so many different protocols and companies in this space that are here excited to support this event. And you can also get some inspiration for ideas or how you can not reinvent the wheel by using some of these amazing protocols. Of course, we have Filecoin. We also have ApeCoin, libp2p, Bacalao, Ceramic, Lighthouse, TableLang, Polybase, LivePeer, Huddle01, Barrix, Push Protocol, ENS, NFT.storage, Spiron, and Lit Protocol, DRAN, Dataverse OS, Vision, Mona, ChainSafe, IPFS, Filecoin Data Tools, Consensus Lab, Saturn, Secured Finance, Graph Paper Capital, Outlier Ventures, and Filecoin Foundation. So on top of all the other ideas, you have so much you can do in terms of leveraging anywhere from decentralized real-time live streaming to push notifications to anything else in between to help make your creative ideas come to reality. You can check out all these companies and protocols and learn about what they do and how you can simplify a lot of these things. And they're also giving away a lot of prizes. I'm going to cover how you can win specific prizes for different protocols by using their SDKs. So let's talk about what the next 3 weeks look like. My goal here is to cover a handful of logistical things that you all need to know, and especially kind of how judging works. And then we're going to go into all the prizes and then end off by kicking the summit off with all the things that are happening in the Protocol Labs network. So I want to cover how team formation works, how you can get help, all the prizes, of course, all the talks and workshops, and judging. So let's go into the first thing, which is communication. The most important thing to know here is that everything is happening over Discord for this event, which means that only hackers who have RSVP'd will be able to see these channels. You'll see a HackFS 2023 header on your left sidebar on Discord, which will show all of these amazing channels to you. You can get that confirmed by also going to your dashboard on meetglobal.com and clicking on sync with Discord to see all the right permissions you need to get to see all these things. This is where all the activities are happening for this event. This is also where our mentors and our partners are hanging out. You can ask direct questions to different protocols and ask any questions that you have on the technical side or non-technical side, and a mentor will be there to help address these requests. On top of all of that, we are also going to be sending calendar invites for all the talks and workshops that are happening. That spends today and the next couple of weeks, including all feedback sessions. And some of these things will be repeated multiple times to account for different time zones. We really want this thing to be asynchronous. And as part of that, everything is going to be recorded and everything is also published on the website, which means that anything you see on the website is the source of truth. And that is going to be the record of kind of primary way of us keeping track of everything that's happening. If something changes, they'll be first reflected on the website, and that is how we're going to be communicating everything, and all the invites or anything else will update. And nothing should change, but in case it happens, you know that the website is the only place where you need to look. What is the website? Well, you can go to hackfs.com and see everything about this event there, and they'll also let you in to your dashboard directly from that same page where you can see your internal progress by your own projects. So how does the hackathon actually work? Effectively, you can start working on your projects now. You can work on a project with up to a 5-member team. You can also work on them individually, and you have the next 2.5 weeks to hack and work on your projects. Submissions are due on the 18th of June, which is a Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is noon. And we're going to talk about what this means and all the things that you need to be mindful of as you approach June 18th. So the rules and criteria of this event are fairly straightforward. Everything that you are doing must be done from scratch, which means that you cannot extend or work on a previously started personal project. You cannot add features to something you've already done before. You cannot continue something from a previous ETH Global Hackathon if you are coming in again. Everything should be done from scratch to keep this fair for everybody else. And all submissions must leverage IPFS or Filecoin or any related technology which is in the EVM ecosystem as part of your submission to qualify for any prizes. This also means that if you win any prizes, only RSVP hackers are eligible to win, which means if your team members are not listed on your dashboard, or if your team members did not RSVP, then winning a prize will only entitle just the people that are listed at the time of submission to those prizes. So please make sure that all of you who have team members are listed and they show up on their dashboards and everybody is confirmed and also has Discord access. Also, another quick clarification there is that although all work must be done from scratch, you can use boilerplate code, which means anything like scaffold ETH or React boilerplate, all that is allowed. You can use an existing open source project. If you feel like you want to add something to a existing decentralized protocol and you want to use their open source code, those things are allowed if something is already in the public domain as a well-known open source project. you can use that. You can use all the SDKs and different boilerplates. You don't have to do everything from scratch, but you specifically cannot extend your own project or use your own project again for this hackathon. And of course, there could be some edge cases that we haven't covered here because we want to keep this very quick. So if you have any other questions or any other clarifications that you'd like to know, please ping us, whether it's on Discord or the ETH Global TV chat or hello@ethglobal.com on email. We'll be happy to assist you with any of those cases. Now is the most important stuff, which is judging. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to know about for judging. Submissions are due at 12 p.m. noon on Sunday, June 18th. And the next few days are the most important after that. And I'm going to cover what submitting means and what happens immediately after. To submit your project, you will have to make a 4-minute demo video of what you built. This is a required video submission. This helps us ensure that everything is concise, everybody gets the same amount of time, and you have the ability to focus on the key things that you want to do, which you may not be able to do in a live demo. Video submissions are required, and please trust me when I say this, it will take you more than 4 minutes to record a 4-minute demo. So don't prepare this last minute. There's a lot of things that you realize that you could have focused on or you should have focused on, or the time you want to spend on introduction versus the actual demo of what you built. All these things will take some iteration, and we really want you to get a head start on this. So please get started on this as you near the deadline and set up the day of to submit your project. It will take you at least 1 hour to submit your projects because we will require you to explain a lot of stuff around how you build things. You have to reference code in your submission to tell us exactly how you're using what SDKs and what APIs and how everything else works under the hood on the back end or the front end, or everything beyond just the basic information of your project, including a few screenshots and of course this video demo. So please bucket in enough time to be ready to submit your project, and don't do this thing last minute. All of this thing will be done through your dashboard. Early next week, you'll be able to see what all these steps are as we open up submissions. And this will let you see all the multiple steps and fields that you need to think about and be ready for. And we also have a lot of reference videos and demos and submissions from the past events that we really like for you to use as guidance for what a good submission and a good video looks like. So you can draw inspiration from all of those previously done projects and make sure that you are ready to submit on the 18th. After you submit, you will have the option to go through the main judging process or just the partner price judging process. Now, what does this mean? This means that you can only submit to work and qualify for some of our partner sponsor prizes. Or if you want to be eligible for the top 10 teams, you get to click the main judging process. If you click on the main judging process, you are also automatically going to be eligible for partner prize judging. But if you select the partner prize judging only, then you will not be able to go back and submit yourself for the main judging process. If you are interested in just being reviewed by our partners and not the main judging, or you want to apply for different prizes, in both of those scenarios, that process will be judged in parallel by our partners. They will not specifically be doing a one-on-one call with all of you. We expect a few hundred projects here. So all of the partners will be looking at everything asynchronously, and they will reach out to the teams and message you, whether it's on email or Discord, if they have questions about your video or your code. All of that will remain asynchronous. However, on the main judging side, this will be a synchronous process. You'll be presenting to a main judging panel, and they will be talking to you live. You'll be showing what you built there live as well. And there'll be questions there, and that'll be a synchronous process where you will have to come on a Zoom call. Now, the partner prize judging is a very obvious thing, which is you submit your project, the partners will get a notification, and they will start looking at what you built and ask any questions if they have them. But let's focus on the main judging, which is broken into 2 rounds. So on Sunday, when you submit your project, some of our judges will be on watch to review every project that was submitted, and they will watch and look at all the submissions for round one. What round one is doing is going through every submission and evaluating the prototype, the quality of the project, checking if it was indeed built during the course of the hackathon, which was going to verify the Git history. And we're going to look at what you built and is it creative, interesting, or a hard project. If our judges like your project, you will be then selected to move to round two, and you'll be notified in the 12 hours, within the 12 hours of submitting your project. So that's midnight Eastern on Sunday. And you'll be notified to go to round two, and that's the day after, where you will be selected to come on a Zoom call. So what does round two mean? So round two lets you go and present what you built to our other panel of judges in a live call, where you will get 7 minutes, where 4 minutes of it is for your demo and 3 minutes for Q&A from our judges. And the projects that are going to qualify from round two will be the ones that will be selected to be potentially part of our top 10 teams that will be our finalists for this hackathon. The round two and then live judging takes place on Monday at noon, which is exactly 24 hours after submissions are due, and you'll be notified if you made it to round two within 12 hours of submitting your project. And as I kind of mentioned already, the partners will be reviewing your project asynchronously based on all the things that you specify, which also means that if you are trying to go for a prize from any of our partners, you have to select it in your submission process on your dashboard, because if you don't tell us that you want to go for this prize, we have no way of knowing. You do our partners. So don't forget to select, I am looking to qualify for this prize on your submission process. And then as soon as you select a protocol, that protocol will be notified on their end to review what you built. So make sure you keep all of that in mind. And of course, I'm looking at questions from the live stream. This is going to be made available immediately after this video stops, but you can also rewind, so you can simply just go back in this video and review everything that I've said. In the short description of all of this thing for judging is that make the video good. It's what shares the best story of what you built, who you are, why you care about that problem, and you have 4 minutes to really tell us why everybody should be excited about what you built. This will be the best thing you can do to qualify for round two on the main judging, to win a prize, or really kind of get people excited about the potential of what you're trying to build and what could be possible with Web3 and decentralized software. And of course, we recognize that there's a lot of you who are trying to understand what's possible here before, and you are trying to learn what you can do here. And it's totally okay if you are brand new, this is your first time doing any Web3 hackathon. There's a lot of stuff that we have planned for everybody here, no matter what your skill level is, whether it's a beginner or an expert. So there's a lot of talks and panels and workshops, especially today. We're going to cover so many things from beginners to experts level ways of getting involved in this ecosystem, which is this summit. There's so much more resources, documentation on your info center, which you can see as a tab on your Hacker dashboard. And on top of all the workshops and talks, everything is recorded because we want to make sure this is an asynchronous event that is global. So immediately after something ends, it will be instantly available on our YouTube, which is youtube.com/ethglobal. And you can go watch, rewind it, and pause at any time at your own pace and really keep up with what's actually happening for any of these technologies. And of course, everybody who gave a talk and workshop is on Discord, so you can individually message any of our speakers here to ask any follow-up questions, especially from any of the technical content that we cover. And of course, a lot of you are still looking for potentially an idea or a team. You can go to this channel on Discord to reach out to others who are also in a similar position. There's a lot of people who are looking for different team members. There's a lot of people who are looking to join a team and they can contribute different skills. You can do all of that directly on this channel, and we'll also be hosting another live call later today, and some of them already have happened yesterday and today, to brainstorm and get to meet other team members who are looking for different teams. And all of that is also happening on Discord. So check out the HackFS 2023 chat channel. We'll say hi, tell us who you are, and let us know what you're excited to build. And also we'd love to say hi and meet all of you from all different parts of the world. And of course, it's not required that you work on a team. It just makes things a lot easier if you have a team. So it is totally okay to hack solo and use this as a way to challenge yourself and learn something over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now let's quickly talk about check-ins. So check-ins is something we'll be implementing for this hackathon, which is a check-in is something that happens once a week. It allows us to give you the help you need to really make sure that you're not blocked on anything. This will be a simple form that just appears on your hacker dashboard. It just asks, how are things going? If you have an idea, are you stuck somewhere, or do you need help, or did you need help but you didn't get any? And it helps us really prioritize and get you unblocked on anything that you are looking to get. Check-ins are going to be required for everybody here as a team. So only one person on the team has to fill out that check-in, and there'll be a couple of them over the next 2 weeks. And all this thing is going to happen through your dashboard. We really want to make sure that you're getting the help you need, especially as we do this thing for hundreds of people across so many different cities and countries. And similarly, there's also going to be 2 live feedback sessions for getting direct comments from some of our mentors, potential judges, and other partners of this community. You can join these calls to get direct feedback that's live and get help and get ideas to kind of make what you're doing better by just showing up and telling everybody else about what you're building and if there's anything that you can do to improve. And before we go into prizes, I also want to cover some of our code of conduct. Everything that we're going to cover is written on in global.com/rules. It has our privacy policy. It has our policies on the events, the rules, anything around what it means to participate in any of our events, whether it's in person or online. But the short of it is that please be respectful, and harassment, abuse in any form will not be tolerated as part of being our community. And anything that you build is going to be owned by you and solely you as the creators of that project. So you own all IP, and overall, please be excellent to each other. And then if you need any help, if there's anything else that we didn't cover, you can reach out to anybody on the global team, and we'll be happy to assist you with any of those questions. All of that, again, is going to be on hackfs.com. You can see the schedule, all the specific deadlines, who our speakers, mentors, judges, everyone else participating in this event is, and all that is made available for you. So now let's go into all the prices. So the first one I want to cover is FVM. So $15,000 that'll be paid in Filecoin tokens will be given for the grand prize category for the best use of FVMs. 3 teams are going to get $5,000 each, and 14 teams are going to be getting $500 each for making a project that is best leveraging the Filecoin Virtual Machine. Then we have ApeCoin. So the best integration for the ApeCoin community in the DAO will get $3,000 for the first place and $2,000 for the second place. And the best contribution to the ApeCoin ecosystem will get $3,000 for the first place and $2,000 for second place. $10,000 you can win from blending what's happening with the ApeCoin ecosystem and decentralized storage and everything else that's happening in this world. So check out those prizes. Next one is Bacalao. So you can win $10,000, and this will be split among up to 5 teams for the best use of compute over data and or AI. This lets you really do computations on chain for data that's stored. And there's a lot of creative things that we can do, especially with what's happening with anything on-chain data and a lot of things that you have noticed on AI. Next up is libp2p. So the best use of libp2p for a project will be getting $5,000, which could be split with up to 5 teams. All of this will be paid in Filecoin tokens as well. So if you're excited about networking and leveraging different networking, architecting different ways to network and send different information between different servers and nodes, you can use libp2p directly and build something super creative. Then we have Huddle 01. So the best use of a decentralized communication application, whether it's live streaming, live video or anything that's a decentralized way of communicating on chain, will qualify for this prize as long as you're using the Huddle SDK. And the first team will get $2,000. The second 2 people will get to $1,000 each, and then 5 projects will be runners for $2,000. And then we have Saturn. So the best retrieval via a distributed CDN, which is using Saturn Network, will get $5,000, and up to 5 teams can qualify for this. They'll split that amount amongst them equally. Then we have Push Protocol. Push Protocol is a push notification communication service for Web3. So the most innovative application that uses push will get $1,500. The best use of push video or push chat will get $750. An overall category for all-rounder will get also $750 for that integration. And up to 20 projects can qualify for the pool prize, which means that up to 20 projects who win will be splitting $2,000 amongst themselves equally. Then we have consensus lab prizes. So the best use of FVM or IPC for subnets will get to up to $5,000, which can be paid for up to 5 teams in Filecoin tokens. And this will let you test out basically the on-demand horizontal scalability of the Filecoin network. So seeing interesting use cases around that is what Consensus Lab is interested in, and you get to really be one of the first few people to give feedback and use IPC. Then, of course, we have IPFS. 5 teams can win up to $5,000 for just the best use of Helia, Kubo, or other IPFS implementations for just making a really cool P2P consumer or developer app on top of IPFS. Then we have the Ethereum name service. So the best integration of ENS will win $4,000, and there's a wildcard prize for the runner-up where a team will win $1,000 for the best ENS integration in their hack. Then we have LID protocol. LID protocol lets you manage cryptographic key pairs and kind of conditional encryption and signing for your applications. The best use of LID actions and programmable key pairs will be receiving $3,000. And the best use of data DAOs combined with LID will also win $1,000. And a wildcard category for the best use of LID protocol overall will also be receiving $1,000. Then we have Dataverse OS. The Dataverse OS is giving $5,000 in prizes, where the best use of Dataverse OS will receive $2,500, the second place will get $1,500, and the third place will get $1,000 as a runner-up. And next up is Spheron. So Spheron is also giving $2,500 in prizes, where the best use of Spheron for first place will get $2,500, second place gets $1,500, and third place will be receiving $1,000. Then we have Polybase, which is a Web3 replacement for Firebase, Postgres, and Superbase. So the best integration with Polybase will be getting $2,500 for first prize. Second place will be getting $1,500, and third place will be getting $1,000. Next up is LivePeer. LivePeer lets you do live broadcasting of video in a decentralized way. So the best content moderation or social media tool that uses LivePeer will be receiving $3,000, and the 2 interactive live streaming applications that are the best use of LivePeer will be receiving $1,000 each. Next up, we have Ceramic. Ceramic is also giving away $5,000, where first place will be getting $2,500, second place getting $1,500, and third place $1,000 for the best integration for Ceramic in managing your identity and data chain. Then we have Tableland. Tableland is a relational composable database that's decentralized. The best use of Tableland will get $1,500 as first place, $1,000 for second place, and $500 for third place. And up to 15 teams can win the pool prize of $2,000, which means up to 15 teams will be splitting $2,000 equally for leveraging Tableland in their projects. Then we have ChainSafe, and if you're interested in making games, you can use the ChainSafe gaming SDK for your project, and 2 teams will win $1,750 as part of their prize. Then we have Filecoin data tools. So we want to make sure we do a lot of cool dev tools and make things easier for the next set of developers. So anything that is in the best tools category or mobile apps for Filecoin data tool suite will be winning up to $5,000 for 5 teams, and you will be receiving that in Filecoin tokens. Then we have NFT.storage. If you want a really easy to understand API for managing your NFTs or any Web3 data, you can use NFT.storage or Web3.storage, and you'll be receiving up to $3,000 from 5 teams for the best integration for NFT.storage or Web3.storage. Then we have Mona. So if you want to build something that's in the open metaverse and use a lot of 3D design and assets to build a creative experience, you can use the Mona SDK for this, where the first place will be getting $1,500, the second place will be getting $1,000 prize, and the third place will be getting $500 for best use of Mona integration. Then we have Lighthouse. So the top team building on Lighthouse SDK, which is a way for you to use a service to store your data permanently without always having to renew your contracts, will get $2,500 from Lighthouse. Then we have DRAND. And if you are interested in making super interesting, verifiable randomness and leveraging that for any of your application, you can use DRAND or time lock encryption, and up to 5 teams can qualify for the $2,000 prize for the best use of DRAND SDK integration. Then we have Barracks. So the best use of Barracks API will get $1,500, and that is a way for you to streamline your interaction with blockchain data and query a lot more information directly in a more easy way. Then we have the Fission prize, and the best use of ODD SDK or starter templates will get $1,500. So these were all of our prizes, and this is officially a way for me to tell you that I just gave you a very high-level overview of what the prizes are and the amounts, but there's a lot more specifics around documentation, exactly how you can win or what does it doesn't qualify, and link to their workshops, a direct way to understand their code, which is anywhere from sample of repos to some of the boilerplate code they already have set up for you to just kind of copy and branch off from. All of that is available to you on the prizes page, which is on hackfs.com. You can just click on any of these protocols and check out all the specifics around what qualifies, how you can win the prizes, what does a good submission look like, and how you can get started on any of these. So there's a massive breakdown for all of these things for you, but that is all of the logistics for the hackathon that you need to know. And before we go on to the summit, I want to just remind everybody to really pace yourself. We really want this to be a fun and exciting experience for you. The reason this event is a couple of weeks long is because we know it takes time to learn something that's happening that could change and have so much high potential. So we really want you to take the time and really understand how things work before you jump right into building something. And we don't want this to be exhausting for you. We've done everything we can to make this thing as asynchronous and easy to catch up and follow. So you get a chance to really learn with everybody else and get all of your questions answered before you jump right into building anything. So this is very much about experimentation, and we want to make sure that you get a chance to better yourself and learn something super cool. So with that, I want to wish all of you happy hacking. We'll see all of you on Discord, and we are ready to kick off with our summit for today. So this is the HackFS 2023 summit, and what's on schedule today is as follows. Our first speaker is going to be Molly, who's going to be talking about the PLN ecosystem and all the things that are happening and you can build. Of course, a big part of the next few weeks is going to be the Filecoin Virtual Machine, so you'll get a high-level overview from Sarah on what is it, how it works, and what's coming on FVM. Then Adi and Matt are going to talk about all the other opportunities that you have for different tracks that are here for this event and all the things that you can do as the FVM ecosystem evolves. And because the FVM has been around for a few months now, we're going to do a panel with Nikki, Sean, Natalie, and Kate to talk about how things have been over the past few months from people who are building projects and leveraging the Filecoin Virtual Machine over what they're building for their companies. Then Ruben is going to talk about what the PLN is and the builder's funnel. We really want to also give an opportunity for people to take their projects to the next level, whether it's from a hackathon or just anybody else interested in startups. And James will be talking about the accelerator program after and what the PL Accelerator program is, how you can get involved, what it means to be part of that, and all the things that you get from being in that network. And then Gabriel from GPC will come and share anywhere from experiences to advice on how accelerators can help really get your projects to where you want to be and take something from an idea to something that everybody uses on a day-to-day basis.